not tell you about me, little turtle? Huh? I'm the man who broke the bat!
Hello, Bots and Books fans, this is Scorp1701, and tonight we are going to be continuing our look at the GameStop exclusives Batman vs. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2-pack. And tonight we have Batgirl and Donatello, the two purple dudes and dudette. Actually, they're pretty smart members of the Bat team and the Turtle team, and I think it was great to put these two in a pack together. But let's take a quick look at the package. Alright, you can see that it's big and it's black and it's in a window box. You see only at GameStop here at the top. You can see Batgirl and Donatello and some accessories, 23 pieces to be exact. You see Batman vs. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Batgirl, and Donatello action figure 2-pack. Over here you have a nice shiny DC Collectibles direct from the source, if you can see that. On the top you just have the logo, Batman vs. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. On the left side of the box you just have Nickelodeon. Oh, can you see it? No. Let's get up. You have Nickelodeon, a shell, and some credits for the box of the sculptor and who did both of them. You have DC Collectibles again here on the back of the box. You have a group shot of all the figures in the line with Batman, Leonardo, Raphael, and Robin, Alfred, and Michelangelo, Shredder, and Ra's al Ghul. And on the top you have our two heroes that are in the box. Batgirl, ooh, she's kind of highlighted there. Batgirl and Donatello. And you can see this quick little read up, so taking a look. The second paragraph at the bottom is where it reads up to the Donatello and Batgirl folks. So you can pause it, read it, but we must be moving on. So that is pretty much it for the box. We see the bottom? Yeah, the bottom's just got some more credits and barcodes and Nickelodeon and all sorts of stuff. But anyway, that's it for the box. No one wants to see these guys in the box. I know I don't. So let's get them out and see what they can do. And here we have Batgirl and Donatello out of the box. And we will handle this like we've handled the other sets. When there's two, we will take a look at one at a time. And tonight, we will start with Donatello. And taking a look at Donatello, he stands approximately 6 inches tall. He comes with his awesome bow staff, a canister of TCRI ooze or mutagen, a turtle communicator, a piece of pizza, 2 sets of alternate hands, and an alternate head, all in which we will take a quick look at in just a minute. But for the time being, I want to take a closer look at Donatello himself. Alright, coming in real close on Donatello's head, you can see it's nice and green. Everything that a Donatello head should look like is there. It's got his purple bandana, nice round eyes, his mouth, kind of curved, looks kind of nervous if you ask me. But, you know, on the back, the bandana you can see comes down to 2 nice long strips. So that's pretty neat. Then he has a belt on his front side. A nice brown. You can see that the D has been worked into the belt buckle. He has a couple pouches which are nicely brown, and he has the strap going across his chest. Nice little silver buckle here, and the back he has the his bow staff holder, which, you know, is the other part of the strap coming down connected to the belt, and it's just one piece. It's glued on. So don't want to take that off even if you could, so that's good. Shoulders, you got green, and you got some tune marks, which are really nicely done. Elbow pads are basically just paint here at the joints, and there is like a little pad that's been glued on to the back there, and it is kind of a purple color, dark purple, to go to match Donatello's main colors there. Alright, coming down, his legs pretty much the same. You got inner thigh tune marks. The knee pads are exactly the same style as the elbow pads. The knees are purple, and you just have different color on the joints to kind of simulate that the pad goes all the way around. Feet are nice and green and have some tune marks up on the ankle and I guess the thigh, no, the foreleg, I don't know what you'd call right here, right below the knee. So that's pretty neat. On the bottom of the feet, you have some words and things. 2019 Viacom DC Comics and Made in China and some other numbers. So anyway, take a look at the back. You can see his shell, which is really nicely done. The rest of his belt, which we saw earlier, and nothing really that interesting. So that is what this guy looks like. And moving on. And for articulation, starting at the head, his head can go all the way around if you're so inclined, and it can kind of wiggle a little bit. It doesn't really move other than left and right. There's not much to it. The little hemp bandana straps, they can move a little bit, but they do seem kind of fragile. So like I said in the others, don't really mess with that, because the last thing you want is that to pop off. Going up to the shoulders, it does go all the way around 360 degrees. He does have an elbow bend right here, just a single elbow bend right there. His hand can go in and out and all the way around because it is removable, so you could pluck that out, and we'll get to that in a minute. There is nothing for the ab, and there's nothing for the waist, because this is one solid piece, so it's not going anywhere and it's not going to bend or move. Okay, so that's kind of a bummer, but you know, that's the kind of the trademark for turtle figures. You really can't do, I mean, you could, but it would break up the sculpt and look really weird. Legs can't really do much because of the shell and that they're stuck in there. They can go kind of in and out, and but you have a thigh swivel, which is nice. Did I check for bicep swivel up here? No, I guess it's not there. Anyway, he has a double jointed knee bend, which is good for that. Gives you a good range of motion there. So the knees are perfect. The feet can go down a little bit and up a little bit, and it rocks all the way around if you're so inclined. So that's pretty nice. It's got a lot of good foot articulation. And yeah, so that is his articulation. All right, moving on. Yeah. And for accessories, what we'll take a look at first is his one set of alternate hands. We've been using the closed-fisted hands for the paint job and articulation, and now here you have the open kind of Tai Chi or karate hands, and they're really big and they fit really nicely in there. It just pops onto the joint, and it can go all sorts of ways, up and down, and he can get a lot of neat poses. So he can, like, stop in the name of love, or no, he could do some wax on, wax off, wax on, wax off, haha. So yeah, he could do that. So that's fun stuff. And those. That's his first set of alternate hands. Haha! Moving on. And the next pair of alternate hands is his weapon holding hands. And you can see they're open, and you can place some things in there. And I know what you're asking. What kind of things can you place in these weapon holding hands? Well, you can place a weapon in there. And no Donatello figure would be complete without his awesome bow staff, and this one is very nicely done. As you can see, it is nice and brown, and it has little tape designs here and here, possibly to put his hands on, and if you are so inclined, it does come apart. So not sure, maybe that would be easier to slip in the hand, but anyway, he can hold it quite nicely. So we'll put this in here and be very careful, because we remember what happened to Leonardo's sword. Yes, we do remember that. have to go very gently, even though it's not. There we go. Okay, so you can do that, fold that up, connect the other staff, and there he has his bow staff, and that is really nice. You always want your Donatello to at least have some sort of bow staff, because that's his signature weapon. Michelangelo's changed over well, but that's a story for another time. So we could add this hand, and we could open it. Come on, get in there. And, well, let's see. And here he is holding his bow staff with both hands. It took a little bit of work, but it can be done. The hands are a little stiff, so you have to really work at getting the bow in there. But once you get it in there, it's good, and it will stay, and he won't drop it. So that is pretty cool. All right, let's take it out now. Ruin all my hard work of trying to get this thing in there. And see that it does go into the sheath in the back. So I like to do sit here and let's see, put it this way, because it's the smaller end will go in there a lot easier. Put it like that, and then attach the second half, so that will get you in there, and boom, he has his bow staff on his back. So yeah, that's pretty nice. I like it. I like it. The next accessory Donatello comes with is this canister of mutagen. It's very nicely done. It's silver. You got caution strips on both sides, a little bit of yellow in the middle, and TCRI printed right there on the canister. And it's a little big for me to try to squeeze into Donatello's hand. I don't think I'm going to do that, but it's still a nice little accessory. Alright, moving on. And next up, we have this really nicely done turtle communicator. It's kind of small, but you can see you have this nice side that looks like a shell, and you turn it over, you got a gray side, which again looks like the bottom of the shell. It's really neat, very detailed for a little thing, and if you take a little bit of care, you can open this up and you get a turtle communicator. And on the inside, it's really, really detailed too. You get lots of nice buttons. You have a little screen, more buttons, and that is cool for a little bitty accessory. So you can bring Donatello in, and it will just slide into his hand like so, being very careful, and he can hold it as such. Hey, is April there? Ha ha ha! No. Anyway, so there you are with his communicator. All right. Moving on. And next up, what would any Ninja Turtle be without a nice slice of pizza? And for Donatello, you gotta recharge those brain cells, and he'll just slide that right into his hand, and he's ready to chow down. Yum, 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 yum. Alright, moving on. And for his last accessory, he comes with this alternate head, and it's really nicely done. He is wearing a baseball helmet which is blue, and it has a nice red stripe that goes down the entirety of it, and on the front you have a nice little baseball symbol with some bats. His left eye is covered with like a scope, and this is what he wore when he was in the turtle van and he was manning the gun thing that shot the manhole covers at the mutant army that Shredder and Ra's al Ghul had come up with. So that is a neat little alternate head, so if you like that. So yay. Alright, moving on. And full comparison, here he is with the other Ninja Turtles that we have reviewed, Leonardo, Raphael, and Bat Mikey. And I think he looks really well, and I like the fact that each of the turtles have unique features in this line. It's not the same mold with just different colored masks. So you can see that looks really, really good. Alright, moving on. And here Donatello is with Batman and Robin. Looking like Damien's like, Father, why must I be in the picture with this turtle? He is not as smart as he thinks he is. Damien, be nice. Yes, I am. Alright, moving on. And this has been Donatello, and he was fun. But now, let's move on to the Batgirl. Or is it just Batgirl? I don't know with her. And here we have Batgirl Barbara Gordon. And out of the box, she stands just over 6 inches with her ears putting her over. And she looks great. She comes with a slew of accessories, which we will get into in just a minute. But for the time being, I want to take a closer look at Batgirl herself. And moving in close to look at Batgirl, starting with her head, you can see it's a very nicely done cowl. Nice and dark purple. She has big, huge white eyes, and the mask just covers her head. It doesn't come out over her under her chin or anything, so it's really nicely. It's a new Batgirl design that they came out with a few years ago. She has a nice sculpted nose, some nice red lipstick there. Her hair does poke out of the back, which is really nice. I like the Barbara Gordon Batgirl with the red hair sticking out. Nice ears on the side. Those are nicely sculpted. Paint's a little sloppy, but that's okay. And yeah, coming back down to the front of her costume, you can see her cape was attached by these latches here, which is really nice. You can see the yellow for the buttons, and she has her collar up with the button there. Nice yellow bat symbol on her chest. I like it. Painted really nice. Purple for most of the upper body of the costume, coming down to some yellowish gloves. Wish the yellow was a little brighter, but hey, that's just a nitpick of mine. You can see a few designs here on the costume and picked out in black toon lines. The belt is nice and yellow, same yellow, goes all the way around and around her thigh. And when it comes down to the pants, you can see that she mostly has a purple, and then the purple goes into the inner part of the thigh, and on the outer thigh you get a darker purple, almost black color. So that's really neat with a two-toned color scheme there. The boots, really nicely done. A lot of detail in there with the shoelaces, and they're nice black and yellow. Got some toon lines for the details here. Black soles, and you can see a little bit of writing on there if you're so inclined, but yeah, I'm not really interested in that. The cape on the back, it's that same dark purple look that comes to the side of the it's the same as the side of the pants, and underneath is a nice yellow under two-tone cape. I like that. I like when they put those little details in there, so that works really nicely. And nothing really up here. Oh, there's a little bit of paint blotches there, and I think that was probably because of the hair, and that's unfortunate, but it's on the back and you're not gonna see it, so yeah. All right, and that is what Batgirl looks like, and she looks really nice. I like it. I like it a lot. All right, moving on. I'm gonna turn the exposure down just a little bit so we can talk about articulation with this girl. All right, starting at the head, it can go all the way around 360 degrees. Watch the hair. The head is on a wiggly waggly, so it can kind of move sideways and kind of up and down, so that's pretty nice. Arms, they do go all the way around 360 degrees. Nothing at the bicep. She does have a forearm swivel, which is nice, and it comes up at a elbow bend, which is good. And her wrist can go 360 degrees and goes in and out and is removable, so we'll get into that a little later. She does have kind of a ab crunch. It can go wiggle waggly around, can't go up really, it can go back just a hair. Don't try to force it, because this entire torso section will pop off and then you'll have the dickens of a time trying to put that back in, but it does go all the way around if you want to bend her like that. The waist does not turn, so that's where you got your swivel joint up there. Coming down to her legs, she does have a thigh swivel. It's there. It's not very prominent, but you know, you can hear it and see it. Leg goes up just a hair, back not much. It's gonna go out to the side is where you're gonna get most of your articulation with it. So I don't know, it's just a very stiff leg. I wouldn't force it because I don't feel comfortable with these plastics on these figures. But anyway, knee joint, she has a double knee hinge, which will bring up really high for the back. Unfortunately, the cape does get in the way, so if you move that out, you can get your foot way back up there, get some dynamic poses, but the cape is going to get in the way, but that's okay. All right, put that back down. Now, coming down to her boot, it does have a forward joint, and it can go up and down, and it goes all the way around like crazy if you want to like break it. I don't know. Help, break. I broke my ankle. That's what you get for jumping off rooftops. Jim warned you. Anyway, that is it for her articulations. Very articulated, very, she doesn't really feel dainty, but, you know, I know she is, so don't be too rough with her or she might fall apart on you. Alright, moving on. And moving into accessories, we're going to remove the fisty hands and put in this first set of alternate hands, which is a set of weapons holding hands. And she has two sets of weapon holding hands. These are smaller grip weapons, so she can hold the smaller items that she comes with, or she can like punch if you want to use them as punching hands. Sure, she can do that, but you know, closed fist hands are for that. So what can she put in these small weapon holding hands? Well, she can hold this nice handy dandy little iPhone or cell phone kind of thing. I don't know if it's an iPhone. It looks kind of like an iPhone. It's just square. It's got nice black screen and it's purple casing. You can see a little bit of details on there. Ooh, it's really hard to see, but you might be able to see the buttons. But there's a couple buttons on the bottom, and there's like a little camera square at the top. That's crazy good. I'm sorry if I can't bring it too much in focus. And on the back, you can see it has like a little, has a little bat symbol. If I can get it back into focus and zoom. Sorry about that, guys. It's really small, but you can see the bat symbol there and a little hole for the picture taking, so that's pretty neat. So what we'll do, we'll get Batgirl up here, get her into focus, and then we can just slide this into her hand. Be very careful with it because it's a wee little thing. So come on, Babs, open up your hand. Open, there you go. Okay. And so she can sit there and hold it like that. That's pretty neat. I'm going to text Batman. Haha. Batgirl, where are you? Stop playing Pokemon Go. Sorry. Alright, so she still has another hand. So what we can put in there is this nice batarang. It's nicely done. We've seen them before. This is the same type of batarang that Batman has. And Robin, it's nicely done. Nice two-tone color, black and gray, got a little circle in the middle, and that will slide right into her hand like this. And so she can get ready to throw and catch Pokemon at the same time because she is good at multitasking. So yeah, look at that. That is awesome. Way to go, Babs. All right, actually, and the last accessory that we will use with these little bitty hands is her pizza slice, because everybody comes with a pizza slice. And she can just hold it right there and say, yay, I got some pizza. I don't know when it holds pizza like that. Can she hold it like, come on, like that? Yeah. So she'll eat it like that. Hey, have some pizza. Yum, yum, yum. So, all right, that is good. She can have some pizza. All right, moving on. And next up, we have some slightly larger weapon holding hands. Have a more wider grip, so you can hold the more big things that she has, which would be this nice bat grapple. And this is the same bat grapple we saw with both Batman. Oops, sorry about that, Babs. Batman and Robin. It's nice. It's compact. And it has a little hole here, and you can put a closed batarang piece in there like such, and that will put it there, so that's neat. And you know, or you could put a batarang piece in there, that bat grapple thing that is open. So there, yeah. So again, nothing we have not seen before. And once you get that in there, bring her back up and she can hold it with these more larger gripping hands. So yeah, hold it, Babs, get it in there. So okay, so well, she can, if you're so inclined to take the time to put it in there, because it's got to go with the this certain way. There you go. Okay, so there she's got it. Yay! I am woman, hear me roar. No, okay, she can hold her bat grapple. Alright, and the last couple accessories she comes with is these little canister. It's a little vial of what she called anti-mutagen and Donatello called anti-ooze. They had this big fight about it, and it's basically really nicely done. It's just a little tube. It's got a little gray on each side, and it's yellow, and she can hold that in her hand like so. Oh, there it went. But she can get back in there. You got to, you know, make the antigen. Yeah, there she is. Anti-mutagen. That's good. So holds that. And finally, the other little accessory that she comes with is a bit of the anti-mutagen in a dart type form, which shot into Batman because Batman got mutated, and it was really fun. So again, if you guys haven't seen this movie, please go watch it. It's fun and hilarious, and a lot of stuff happens, and you got a lot more stuff than you would think. A lot more characters. Almost every Batman rogue villain is in there. So yeah, that is pretty neat. Okay, and there she is holding that. It's kind of loose, but you know, you could just wiggle it around, and I'm sure it will fit in the smaller hand too. But you know, wanted to put something in these bigger hands. All right, moving on. And full comparison, here she is with Batman and Robin. She fits really nicely in there with the dynamic duo, always there, even in the 1966 series. So yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. So, moving on. And here she is with the other turtles we've reviewed. So, yeah, see how she looks with them. Alright. And this has been Batgirl, and I liked her, and she was really neat, had a lot of cool accessories. But let's bring back Donatello and get them both together for some final thoughts. Alright, now that we got the brain trust back together, let's do some final thoughts on the 2-pack. I'm really trying to enjoy this series of figures. I really loved the Batman vs. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie, and I knew I'd love all the figures that are any type of merchandise that came from that film. But these toys are a challenge. The plastic feels a little brittle, and I'm worried about, you know, the longevity of these figures if you take them out of the box and play with them. They could be just the type of figures that were meant to stay in the box and just put on display in your museum, or however you display your action figures. The Batgirl was really good. I loved it. She was small, and I felt like she was she might be one of those figures that would break, but I was able to get her in all sorts of weird positions, move off her joint out really well. The paint was really good. There was that little spotch on the back, but I think that was just because the paint of the hair kind of got stuck to it, and well, it kind of moves. So yeah, with the Batgirl, very happy, very pleased. The Donatello, that's a little different story. And not that I have any problems with him itself. I love the paint, love the sculpt, it's great. But there was almost a fatal flaw in this figure himself. When I first got him out and started moving it, his legs were almost like really loose, and I couldn't figure out why that was, because I knew when I got him out to put in the musical mutagen video a couple months ago, he wasn't that stiff. But when I got him out and started moving him and bending these legs, well, I'll show you. Okay, cutting just into here. If you can see, this whole middle section, the green middle section there, is what keeps his legs attached to the figure. Now, there's a small crack. I don't know if you can see it. It's very faint, but it was a small crack, and that formed, and I don't know why. Maybe the glue wasn't strong enough to hold it, and it just popped open, and his legs just all came out. And I thought, oh my gosh, that's the end of this figure. But I was able to put the legs back in and super glue it so that it works a lot better now. And they're, in there. So, but that there really wasn't any explanation. I didn't break it. It's just that the glue wasn't strong enough to hold the figure together, and then the sides up here kind of came apart, and then over here. So I kind of reinforced it with some super glue, and right now he's working fine. But you're not supposed to have to super glue your figures right out of the box, or if because they don't stay together. But anyway, for the most part, I got him fixed, and I do still love how he moves, how he looks, both of them for that matter. And they're just really, I want to say, good and fun to look at. They're very dangerous to play with and try to manipulate. So that's just the experience I've been having. Again, we broke Leonardo's sword. I don't think we had any problems with Raphael and Robin, but Donatello here fell apart on me, but got him back together. So if that's the worst that comes out of this, then I think we'll still have some fun playing with them, and we'll still finish the reviews. I almost, if I couldn't have got him fixed, I was going to throw in the towel and say, you know what, we're done with this series. But, I got him fixed, and I think we can move on and do the rest. But, again, we'll see what kind of challenges await when we do Michelangelo and Alfred next. Alright, guys, that was the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you have a good night. Until next time, keep playing.